A very good evening and welcome to another exciting edition of Big Talk, a program where we highlight political issues concerning Nigeria and actually how we can move this country forward. There's been a lot of issues concerning the FCT minister and law enforcement and, the incursion we had, some days past, and a lot of reaction has been coming. We'll try to bring you updates as to that matter. But tonight on the program, we'll be looking at the ADC, a party that has come up saying that it wants to rival as the main opposition party in Nigeria, rivaling the ruling APC. That's the African Democratic Congress, rivaling the All Progressive Congress that they've said. And we saw a lot of heavyweights go into that party, with the likes of Atiku Abubakar, Nasir El-Rufai, former Senate President David Mark, former Governor of Osun State Rauf Aregbesola, and a whole lot of other persons who are members of that party. We'll be discussing what is the ADC thinking of youths in Nigeria at this time, and what are their plans, what are they up to, as we have one of the youth mobilizers of that party who is live with us in our studios. But before we get to our conversation tonight, let's go for a short break, and when we're back, I'll take you through some of the trending political issues that are actually going on in Nigeria at the time, as we try to track those discussions and those stories for you tonight. Let's go for this break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the program. Now let's go check out some stories we're able to track for you, political stories that are making waves around Nigeria tonight. We'll take the first story tonight. Wike defense clash with naval officers over Abuja land. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has spoken about his confrontation with a naval officer, Lieutenant A.M. Yerima, over a disputed plot of land allegedly belonging to a former Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awa Zabaru Gambo, retired. And my colleague is doing a story on this particular issue, and that will come up as we take our news later tonight. All right, so this is an ongoing discussion, and we'll try to bring you details in as we'll actually follow that story for you. But let's take another story for tonight. Apologize to Wike, Pandef tells Navy. So the apex social-political body of the South-South region, the Pan-Niger Delta Forum, has called on the Nigerian Navy to immediately tender an unreserved apology to the Minister of the FCT, Chief Nyesom Wike, following Tuesday's altercation between the minister and a junior naval officer, Lieutenant A.M. Yerima. All right, a lot of views coming up as to this issue, right, concerning the FCT. I saw the former Chief of Defense Staff, Lieutenant Colonel Buratai, talking about the fact that the military, the naval officer was actually right and the FCT minister was in the wrong. And a lot of perspective as to this. And at this moment, we're waiting for an official statement from the presidency to actually assess this discussion at this moment. But we'll keep tracking for you. And as further discussion comes up, of course, you could actually keep tabs, because we'll bring you all of the discussion. But let's take another story for tonight. Ogun APC, Benga Daniel trade words over suspension. The Ogun State chapter of the All Progressive Congress has defended the indefinite suspension of former governor and senator representing Ogun East Otumba Benga Daniel, insisting that due process was followed. Remember that the APC in Ogun State actually came out with a communique that the former senator Otumba Benga Daniel has been expelled and suspended from the party. And the Ogun State chapter of the All Progressive Congress is saying that the suspension followed due process. Stories there. Let's take another story now. JAMB conducts CBT promotional exams for 6,000 civil service candidates. So the Joint Admission Matriculation Board has conducted a computer-based promotion examination for 6,000 directorate cadet staff under the Federal Civil Service Commission. And the last story for tonight. PDP crisis self-inflicted, but convention will proceed. So the Board of Trustees of the People's Democratic Party has stated that the wave of crisis rocking the party is self-inflicted, noting, however, that the party's national convention scheduled for Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, will go on as planned. Now let's get to the studio where we have joining us in our Abuja studio Honorable Bashir Waziri, who is ADC youth mobilizer and one of the youth leaders that we have in that particular party, talking about the ADC, right? As we look at tonight, we want to look at Nigeria's political culture, ADC's vision for youth representation. As a month ago, we saw your party, the All Democratic Congress of the African Democratic Congress, right? A coalition party, a movement party, where we saw a lot of opposition political leaders come up to form, pick the party. The party has always been in existence, at least since 2005. Pick the party and said, this is the party we want to use to challenge the ruling APC. How has developments been? Because it seems these days, apart from a few days ago, I heard the National Publicity Secretary, former Minister Bolaji, made some statements. We've not really heard some vibrant discussions from your party as to a lot of issues. What has been going on with the ADC at this time?
Well, so far so good. We thank God the way the party is moving on. If you go all over the 36 states, they are talking about ADC. So, and Nigerians are happy the way ADC come on board, which we are going to, give Nigeria the best, what they are looking for, because people are tired of PDP and APC. So when ADC is on board, when the coalition started, Nigerians were happy. And if you check from when the coalition starts to date, you will see even the ruling party begin to do some work which they have not been doing before. So that's to show you that ADC is one of the party that is going to, take this country and be to do well in the country. So far, by the time we win the 2027 election, we are going to, have a good structure. We are working on that. If you check out what our former governor, Malam Nasir El-Rufai, is talking about, we are going to produce the honest members in the ADC from the scratch, which they are going to, where there is ethics that the party is going to work on it. In the next meeting, that is what the party is working on. So in the next meeting, you will see what is going to happen. There is going to be a good news at the next meeting. That is what we are hoping for. That is when you will see something is going to happen.
All right, so about the discussions, some Nigerians feel that the ADC, your party, it's not a party born out of conviction. It's a party born out of not being in political alignment with the ruling party at the time, that's the APC, and feeling that we have been sidelined by the ruling government, so we have to form an opposing end. Is that the mission of the ADC, to oppose the ruling All Progressive Congress?
Well, if you check out, you will see that mostly the elders in the party are calling the young ones to come and join the party, to become a carry member of the party, so that they want to give us a room to play. You understand, the youth, if the youth are there, they want to, 40% of the appointment. If ADC win the election, 40% of the appointment is going to for the youth. So which is a good one, and I think the party are the
So my question now is that was your party formed out of a place where you feel that we're not part of the government and you needed to, get the government? Because there are discussions around those who are in your party. Like somebody like Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. He was a former vice president, 1999 to 2007. And somebody even talked about the fact that what has he kept in the villa, that he really wants to return to the villa after all of these years? Why don't you just be a former statesman or an elder statesman and just stop at that level? So these discussions are there, and Nigerians want to know what is the idea behind the ADC? Is it just that we are not part of the government and we must get to be part of the government?
No, not really, because they see the present government, they are not doing well. That's the reason why they formed the coalition, because the government is not doing well. If you go all over the country, you will see people are hungry. People are tired of this government. That is why they decided, because they feel for Nigerians.
They feel for Nigerians?
Yes, because what is happening?
The politicians in the ADC feel for Nigerians?
Feel for the Nigerians. Because
but they've always been part of government.
Well, how many of them have been,
should I mention 10 of them that have been part of government?
If you can see what is happening, you will see that the country, what is happening in the country, even you too, you see what is happening. You know your neighbors, what is happening. So you feel like to bring someone that will change this country so that everybody should be happy. So that is why the reason why the Alhaji Atiku decided to join the coalition. If you check out the coalition, when we are talking about coalition, it's not all about one man. We're talking about many individuals from different parties. They decided to come because they want to change the country, because they feel like what is happening in the country is not right.
But there are discussions about the fact that they had their time in the country, and what did they do when they were in the saddle of power to change the country?
If you go check their records, when Atiku was the vice president, insecurity is not like what is happening now. You know, when he was the vice president of Olusegun Obasanjo, there are some Boko Haram were planning at that time, but at the end of the day, they check out, they bring some record, they make sure that such thing did not occur. So you need someone like that vice president to come and take over. Since he cannot do it, let him leave the seat for them. Let them come and do the right thing. So that is why we the youth want to come together with them and take over this country.
But you just mentioned one person. So in the last government, some of the people that we have in the ADC were in the last government. We had the former Minister of Interior, Rauf Aregbesola, was a minister in the government just 2 years ago, and he was minister for 8 years. You could ask question, the insecurity situation when he was minister from 2015 to 2023, was there improvement? We could ask those questions. Even people like Rotimi Amechi, former governor of Rivers State, was in the ADC for a long time, APC rather, a member of the APC for 8 years and above as Minister of Transportation. And people could ask question, what difference did he bring? And we have those same persons, those same Nigerians that many Nigerians look them to the face that these are regular politicians that have done and had the benefit to lead Nigerians, and some person could argue to the fact that they didn't really, bring much change.
When Rotimi Amechi was the Minister of Transport, what he did when he was a minister, if you go and find out the records, from Kaduna to Abuja, there is train. But now when he was not in there, what is happening? How many times now train from Kaduna to Abuja? Once. So he has already done well. So to bring such kind of person again, I think is going to do much better. When he was the minister at that time, they have already started work on train from Kaduna to Kano. But now the project is somehow slow. So we need such kind of person. And when he was the governor of Rivers, he's one of the best governors in Rivers. So we need such kind of people to come. Arebeshola is one of the best governors when he was governor. So I don't think it's the ruling party. They are scared of this kind of people that they are in ADC. They don't want, because they want to, make sure to make Nigerians to know that these people, they want to make the country to look better, not like before. Because now what is happening? See what is happening in FCT recently.
What is happening in FCT?
You know what happened? What happened with the general, with the former naval staff? What is happening? This is not the kind of thing that we want to see. We want to see how FCT is going to, develop.
Well, let's stay with your party because we're still talking about your party. So let's talk about what is the level of the sensitization that you've done, right? Because if you say you have different programs and you have methods where you are going to make Nigerians better and the life of Nigerians, even though we still question a lot of things, but what are some of the methods that you've gone ahead to tell Nigerians? Because in the last election, we've had elections since the ADC came. We've had elections in Niger State, we had local government election, and of recent, we even had elections in Anambra State. And you could look at the performance of the ADC. It wasn't as a lot of people would have thought that, oh, this is a party that will be able to, stand the APC. So if you can't do well in these off-cycle elections, what is the magic that is going to happen in 2027?
Wait and see from now to beginning of this year. You will see what is going to happen in the country. You will see how people they are going to troop in the ADC. After PDP, convention and the rest and the APC, even APC members, they are going to join the ADC very soon. So they are calling us, they want to join the party, but they don't want to come out and join the party because they are going to, start, the ruling party will start, getting them one by one. So they feel like it is not the right time to join us. But we are talking with them one by one. They are calling us that they want to join us, that this is not the right time. But I believe when the time comes, you will see them start coming in. And by that time, you will see so many people defecting from ruling party coming to ADC. That is when we will know that we are going to collect this country and we are going to win the country.
Are there names you may want to give us?
Well, the aims, what is happening at the grassroots level now. If you go out the grassroots level, you will check out that so many people want to join. They want to become the card carry member. Like now in Kaduna State, we are working on how to, start getting the members on board. So by the grace of God, you will see so many people, so many young men from different parts of this country, they are going to join ADC. We are not going to, say it in public how we are going to do it and which way we are going to do it. But we know the ruling party are, each time they are following what we are doing, which we are not going to say so many things. We keep it to ourselves. By the grace of God, we are going to surprise them.
All right, so I want to ask a question. Are you not bothered that we've had off-season elections now? We had that election where we're able to fill in the Senate and the House of Representatives, for those members who either, left their seats to becoming governors or those who died and whatever happened. And those elections happened. We had in Kaduna, somebody was elected in Cross River, and in different places all around Nigeria. Have you taken percentage or have you taken statistics of elections that we've had since the formation of the ADC? And you've looked at the party and you're like, this is the number of persons, this is the places that we've won, because you've not really had a good winning streak since the party came. Are you not bothered that is like showing where the party is going?
No, we are not bothered because when APC came on board, that is 2013, so many elections, they lost the election. But when it comes to general election, they won the general election. Nigerians, we know, Nigerians are waiting for the general election because it's only for constituency or a state. Anambra, which the Governor Soludo won the election, is from Abga party. APC did not win the election. The people decided to vote for him because they want him to return. You can see APC did not win the election. So that is what will happen so many states, and by God grace, Kaduna State, we are going to collect Kaduna State, and we are going to collect Nigeria, because we have people behind us. We have the people that they are. That is why you can see when the ADC come on board, you can see how people are happy. People are not ignoring our party. Day by day, we are receiving more members into our party, which is a good one for us. People are not saying that they will not join our party. And everywhere you go, have you ever see they stone us or they say they don't want us? Well, that is a good one to us, which we're happy about that. In Kaduna, we went for a rally when we came out in masses. People were supporting our party, which is a good one. We're happy about that. When you come out, when people are saying no, 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 that is when you begin to feel bad. But people are saying yes, yes for us, which is a good one for us, and we're happy all over the country we are going to take.
Right, but there's also this ongoing discussion that maybe your party is like a retirement ground for politicians who are retired from politics, or who have lost grounds from where they are.
Me, that I'm into ADC, that I'm a CARI member. I'm retired. I'm a young man, which I'm supporting day by day. Or in social media, I used to go state by state, Katsina, Kano, Kaduna, to talk with my fellow youth. I used to have, conversation with people from Bayelsa, Imo, Port Harcourt, everywhere. So that show you that how are we retired? Have you seen someone like me to be in ADC? That's to show you that they are not retired. We are not retired. We are just want to, to collect this country and, do the right thing. We are not planning, to collect this country to start, fighting, or to start fighting people for, at the end of the day, you not do the right thing. What we are doing is that, as you can see, we are talking about 40%. When 40% of youths are into government, definitely something good, because they want to, make us, be one of the decision makers in the body, in the executive and the legislative, which is a good one. And for them to give us that space to come in, I'm happy to be in live TV supporting ADC, mobilizing for ADC, which I'm happy about that. APC will not give me that room to play. So I feel like, ADC, I'm happy to be a part of ADC member, which I'm happy to have such kind of people like Atiku Abubakar, which someone that have the experience to give us, to educate us, and to give us advice so that we can do better, because we are the leaders of tomorrow. So that is why when you are in ADC, you will do the right thing, because you have such kind of people that have experience. You don't need to bring someone that don't have experience into a party. How the party will look alike. When David Mark is into the party structure is intact. Things are going well, which is a good one for a former Senate president to be a ADC party chairman. It's a good one for us, there is no any party that, have such kind person in the party, that a former Senate president and a general to be in a party, which is a good one. We're happy to have such kind of person in the party.
All right, so we're talking about promises as to changing Nigeria, as to making Nigeria the Eldorado. We've had this conversation with the APC in 2014 when the APC came into, started their media engagement. There were a lot of things, and I remember some of the things the APC talked about was about, we are ending corruption, we are going to end insecurity, and we're going to expand our economy and business and all of that. They talked about all of those issues, but have they achieved that? Those are conversations that people could argue to yes or to no. And it is the same message that the ADC is also bringing now, that we are coming with a change and things will change and things will get better. How will these things get better? What is the plan? How is the ADC going to change? Because the people that are in the ADC are people that were in the APC. Like you mentioned, Atiku Abubakar was vice president 8 years. Did Nigeria really change? You could say yes or no. Rotimi Amechi was Minister of Transportation. What is the transportation line in Nigeria? Was using locomotive trains in other climes. That's not what they're using as to the railway. And we could have these arguments, yes and for. So what is the plan? Have you discussed, you are an integral member of that particular party. Have you had in your caucus meeting or your inner circle meeting, have you talked about these are the things we want to do in Nigeria to change the country?
Well, we have our own manifesto and the rest, which the party is working on it. Now after the next sit down for a meeting, we'll start talking about convention and the rest. After the convention, then they will start talking about primaries election. That's when the manifesto on what our presidential candidate will be talking about, and when the party will start talking. Now we are mobilizing to bring people into the party, to make Nigerians to do some awareness, people to come into the party. It's not yet time for, now it's mobilizing by telling people to come in, different people to come and join the party, so that with different ideologies to come to the party, and bring their own ideas and join it and make something great. That's what we are working.
So as they are coming in, is there like a standard? Like this is what is obtainable in this particular party, so that anybody who comes in knows that this is what is obtainable in the ADC. Do you have like something like that?
We have. You have to be honest. One.
You have to be honest to be a member of the ADC. But a lot of members of your party have allegations by the EFCC of of a lot of people that are connected to the ADC, right? They have allegations of money laundering and other issues. Remember, former governor of Sokoto State, Tambuwal, and the issues he has with the EFCC.
Have you ever seen in Nigeria, you end up a former governor? Definitely you must have some allegation, but at the end of the day, when they find out you are clear, definitely if EFCC will clear you. So the matter is in the court. Let the courts do their own job. We don't have to decide it because there is some allegation. Then you decided to be saying that person is a thief or he has stolen.
No, we just stated the allegation.
I'm just giving you a certain idea. So you don't have to judge, because me and you are not the judge. Let the court do their own things. If they find out that there is some allegation, then fine. But right now there is not. It's just an allegation. There is nothing that they find out that is true or is. You understand? So let the courts, let the EFCC do their investigation and allow us, because we need such kind of people, because they are waiting for a speaker to be with us, which is a good one. What they are planning is to have a one-party system. We say no to one-party system. We say no to one-party system. It will not happen in Nigeria, and it will never happen in Nigeria. We are going to, have so many opposition parties that will say they want to contest. That's what we are doing it.
Right, so when you say that, one of the things that is needed, or one of the character composition that is needed to be a member of the ADC, is that you must be honest. On what gauge do you gauge that these are honest people?
You have to be honest in such a way that when you are, you don't have to, be telling, like what I told you before, they are working on anybody that is going to, they will give appointment, they have to find out who he is. You don't need to go and give someone that, he is someone that is going to use the public fund. You have to find, because the people will be saying the party, they are the one that appoint such kind of person. So that's why the party is working on that. That's what affects PDP, affect APC, because so many of them, when they give them the mandate, at the end of the day, they give them to become minister and the rest, they will end up and go and start misbehaving. So that is why we are working to give a credible person that is going to, do the right thing. That is why when we say honesty, when you are honest, when they give you something, at least you are going to do much better.
So how do you know that? That's what I'm asking. How do you know that this particular person is an honest person?
The record is there. The record is there since from school. There are your friends. That is why the DSS and the rest, they have to cross-check and give the report of such kind of individual. So the report is there, but sometimes because you have someone there, they will now clear you and say that you are cleared, which is not supposed to be so. You understand? So that is why sometimes we say honesty. When we say honesty, there are so many ways, to get a so honest person, because the record is there. Many people knows your lifestyle, how you behave in the society. They know the record is there. When you know the person that if you give is going to squander what is in the public fund and You know, there are so many people that they do such. So that is what we are working on that.
Right. So when you say some of us could ask, how do you know? But those are discussions that we'll have when we come back from this break. Thank you so much. Let's go for our first break for this particular show. When we'll come back, we'll still talk about Nigeria's political culture and the ADC's vision for Nigeria, as we have one of the ADC's youth mobilizer with us in the studio tonight. Let's go for this break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Big Talk, a program where we highlight political issues concerning Nigeria. And tonight we are looking at the ADC, the African Democratic Congress, a coalition party where we have a lot of people who are particularly involved in that political party has to them coming out to say they want to be the alternative political party in Nigeria, and what it means for us as a country at this particular time. We have one of the youth mobilizers in the party who's joining us live in our Abuja studio. All right, so let's talk about how your party is mobilizing for the youth force in Nigeria, and what are some of the plans of the ADC, like you've talked about at some of your meetings for the Nigerian youth?
Yes, we have done so many. You understand, like in the International Youth Day, we gather with the interim youth leader, there's Comrade Balarabe, which we gather. So as we went from state by state, like I told you, I used to travel from state by state to, mobilize youth from the grassroots level, from the ward. Like in my state, I started from my ward level, which is a good one. I've engaged so many people. So so far so good. We're like now, so many people in the group. I have no less than like 800 people that they are with me in the WhatsApp group, which we are talking with them. So from different states, which is a good one. Now there are so many ways, to mobilize people, which we are working on that, and alhamdulillah, so far so good. We are getting there.
All right. So, what has been the support like from the party concerning mobilizing and reaching out?
Well, now when we are talking about ADC, we are sacrificing. We are not into government. we, the individual, we that have the passion, it has not been easy because we have not been in power, and we are doing it for the sake. There are so many people that, from our pocket, little that we have, we used to use it, to be mobilizing because we want good for Nigerians. It's not easy to collect power, but we have to sacrifice. When you sacrifice, at the end of the day, you will see what will happen, because when you do that thing, you will see the good thing about that, what we are doing. When it comes to sacrifice, you have to use your money, your strength, and the rest, which we have been doing it, and it's not been easy, which we're happy, and by God's grace, we're getting there. By the time we do the right thing, we sacrifice for Nigerians, we sacrifice for our parents, our kids, and the rest, because we want them to enjoy. You understand? And once you want someone to enjoy, you have to sacrifice. So that is what we are doing.
Right. So, but there are discussions about the fact that those in the ADC, especially the young people, may not have a place because there seems to be an elite capture of the party already, right? Where we have the former governors, the former ministers, like the former Senate president already, the chairman of the party, a former governor is the secretary of the party. So what is the place of a young Nigerian who just wants to join the party and is thinking, I wasn't anything from any of these other platforms. How do I get an opportunity in the party? Is that something that you've thought about?
Yes, that is why they are giving us room to, show our talent and show what we can offer the party. When the party discover that you have something to offer, definitely they are going to. If you go and check the National Working Committee, there are so many young ones, so many young people. Like the deputy secretary of the party, she's a young lady, which, you can see the records. So many young people are in the party, which the party decided to give room for all of us. So far, so good. In the next coming month, you will see how they are going to, carry so many youth along, which you will see very soon.
Right. So there are also discussions about the fact that maybe as you are going into an elective convention, people should be allowed to buy forms rather, and contest for oppositions in the party, and not like we have now interim, more like you go here, this and that. Is there a talk about allowing young people to actually contest to wanting to hold position in the party?
Well, I think they are going to do that because I don't have a say on that. But the way, like now, if you go to so many of the states, they are calling me to contest for national youth leader, because the way I'm mobilizing youth all over the 36 states, I have the structure. So the youth feel like if they give Honorable Bashir Usman to become the youth leader, it's going to carry us along. So many people in different parties, they are calling me that once they give me the youth leader, they are joining the party, which I think the party have to allow us, to contest. And I pray they should, reduce the money of the form. We know so many of us, when they put the money so high, because we are not, so many of us, they cannot buy the form. So I pray so far, let the National Working Committee and let them, reduce the money of form so that we can afford to buy the form. Because there are so many things. People, when you will see someone that he can change, he can mobilize, but at the end of the day, you will see maybe the financial strength is that too low. So I think the party have to, consider such kind of individual, because some people that they can be able to buy the fund, you will find out that they will not do anything because they use money to get there. Why someone that can mobilize for, because all what they are looking at the ADC youth leader is to mobilize. How can you mobilize? How can you get people unite, to, push the party? So I think the party have to consider, and make us, to allow us, to contest for those positions and make the phone available the way we can able to buy. Because so many people are calling me by telling me that they are scared that they don't want the party, to put the money of the phone, let the party, the money to be higher. So I told them that we are not going to, feel discouraged to the end on the matter, because we are doing it for the youth. Youth are supporting us. So I think I'm not going to, back down to the end. I'll be there to the end of the, till the end of the game.
Right, so still talking about your party. As of now, we have some people who have taken your party to court. I don't know if you are aware of that. And how does it feel that this is a party that is just, starting? The ADC has been there since 2005, but as a coalition party, it's basically not up to here. And you're already having people take the party to court and to litigation. Some of them claim that they're already in the party for a long time, and some persons came into the party and supplanted them from the party.
For someone to take a party to the court, like now, if you bring like what we discussed earlier now, like what PDP, what they did, they didn't allow Sule Lamido to buy form. That is why he take the party to the court. I think when you play it and allow everyone to buy the form, I think such kind of cases, it will reduce. Although there are some that they take the matter to the courts from because they are not happy because the coalition come in, because some of them, they have been hired, to destroy the party.
Oh, hired by who?
Well, we don't know, because people that are enemies of the progress, enemies that don't want the party, and they don't want...
Enemies of the ADC?
We have enemies of ADC. They are following us. They don't want...
but you don't know them. You don't want to mention them.
I don't want to mention them.
But you know them.
But I know them, and they know that we know them. They know that, because it's politics. We know them. You must know, you must, as a politician, you must be looking at your back, looking at your front. You know what is happening. So we know them. There are some things we don't use to, bring names, because we are not, because they feel happy. When you start calling them, they will be, feeling like they are doing the right thing. But what they are to distract us, they will not achieve that. They'll then do their own. God is with us. Right.
So you were talking about those persons who were members of the ADC before the coalition came, and they feel that they've been supplanted in the party, and they've taken the party to court.
There are some that they feel like the coalition members, they came in and they want to take their seat. Some, that's what they feel. While some, they feel like because they don't want the party to progress. When they were in the party before, the party has not gone the way it is now. Because for now, you find out that so many people at that time, they did not know a lot about ADC. But when the coalition members now join the ADC, people like the Atiku Abubakar, Arebe Shola, David Mark, and Rotimi Amechi, El-Rufai, and the rest. So when they join the party, people now begin to know the party. Nigerians, they want to see big weight of people that they are intellectual, then people will now begin to know what is the party. So that is why the former national chairman, Owonsu, he decided to step down and, allow David Mark, because he knows, when you know that you don't have it's not like you don't have the capacity, but you have the passion for Nigerians. You want something good to happen. So you keep aside and allow someone to come in. That is how it's supposed to be. You understand? You don't say you have to be in power for the rest of your life. You will not allow someone to come in. So that is what we are praying for the party, and to do the right thing, to allow individuals to come and show what they have and what they want to offer.
Right. So one thing that is also very important, it's about funding, because we've talked about the fact place that is sacrifice. And some people have said, in Nigerian political system, it looks like those who have the funds, have the say. Is there something about people who have the money bags who come in and are given more privileges in the party than a few other persons?
Like me now, I know there are so many people that I can go and meet to give me money, but I see it as if I go and meet them, it will not take me to where I want to be, because they will feel like to control you, or they will feel like, to give you orders. You will not have your say. But I feel like the little that we have, I think we can use it. But when they are passionate, or they want us to, I know they will come in, to support us when they see we are going to, take over. There are so many people that they will come in. But now they will feel like, I feel like let us do our own way, And, if they come in, they say they want to, it's allowed in the Nigerian constitution, to support a political party or to support an individual, a candidate is allowed. So if they come in and they say they want to support us, but we will not go for any MOU that they are going to do this thing for, it is to happen. So if they could come in, they want to support ADC, fine. But I know definitely, by God's grace, so many of them, they will come in and the party is going to, or we are going to, be taxing ourselves, like what happened during presidential election of Muhammadu Buhari, late president. Even the person that used to push trunk and the rest, wheelbarrow, they, gather money for the presidential election. So I think we Nigerians will have to, when we see people like such kind of people, they came, let us support. Even if it's 1 naira, at least we are going to, get there. So I think Nigerians will like to support our party, not even the, poly, but I think even the masses, they will support the party with little that they have.
Right. So is there a place of the party where you are talking to other political parties to see if they could also join your party? Take, for example, the Labour Party in the last 2020 election had 6 million votes. That was out of this, amazing for that political party at that time. We had the PDP also. I've won elections before. I've been in power. I did discussions around these other political parties to see if you could come to maybe a mega coalition, because what Nigerians are saying, we have the ADC, we have the Labour Party, we have the PDP. Maybe there would not be a real challenge to the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Well, you can see Peter Obi has been, they have been meeting with Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, which is a good one, to see such kind of presidential candidate coming together, to be working together and to be part of coalition. Yeah, and there is something that, people used to miss out there. In any election, there is different outcome on the election. You understand? So, what is happening, what is going to happen now is going to be different with what happened in 2023 election, because everything will change, because so many parties would like to, join the coalition, and that is when you will see it's a different one between what happened in 2023 election with this present election, because Labour Party and PDP, they are coming to join ADC.
The Labour Party. Are you speaking from a place of authority that the Labour Party and the PDP is coming to join the ADC?
For presidential candidate like Peter Obi, if it's into coalition, where is Labour? I don't think there is any Labour, because it's the one that the votes were given because of him. As you can see, you understand. For Alhaji Atiku, the vote of PDP is coming to ADC. So you see, there is the reason why I'm talking about, because they will not have such candidate that is more popular like such kind of people, because such giant people. Atiku Abubakar have been contesting. He has the experience. He knows how to, pull the crowd, people to support him, because he's someone that a man of integrity, and he has a good record. Peter Obi, to which I respected him, when he was governor of Anambra, there is no any allegation and the rest, because the way he done his tenure, which I like his lifestyle and the way he does his things, which I'm supporting that. And as a young man, I want to be like to copy their life. Like Peter Obi is a simple man, which gentle. He doesn't feel like there are so many things about him that which I like. And I'm an Hausa man, but I feel like I like his lifestyle, because the party, we are not talking about Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, we are all one. We don't, show people. I used to tell my fellow youth that we are one. We are not talking about Hausa or Yoruba or Igbo. We are seeing ourselves as one Nigerians, and we are going to, support ourselves and do the right thing. We want to, remove that tribalism in us. When I become the youth leader, I will make sure I work on that to become one Nigerian and one youth, and to make one.
So as we try to wind down the conversation now, there are discussions about the fact that it seems the party is tailor-made for Atiku Abubakar, and of recent we know there are some discussions about the fact that Atiku Abubakar may likely contest the 2020 general elections, and if he decides to, it seems the ADC was his own idea, so he could further, buttress his presidential ambition. Is that something that is true, or do you have any, counter to that allegation that we have out there?
Well, Atiku Abubakar came out live on the BBC. How he said that any young man that won the primary election is going to support him, which is a good one. Everyone, we were happy by hearing what such kind of statement that he made, that is going to support any young man that good. Everyone can come and contest. That is what we are talking about it now. We are going to, we want the party, to do the right thing from the convention. Allow everyone to contest. After then, the primary election, if you want to, resign and come and contest.
If I should resign and come to the ADC.
ADC and say you want to contest, it will allow you to come and contest.
I'm not resigning. I'm not coming. But I wish the ADC all of the best. Thank you so much, Honorable Waziri Usman. Thank you so much, ADC Youth Mobilizer, for speaking to us. And we do wish your party all of the best.
Thank you so much.
All right. And that's our discussion for tonight. Tonight we looked at Nigeria's political future, and the ADC, a political party that has come to say they want to challenge the ruling All Progressive Congress and the PDP and all the other political parties. And what are the plans they have, especially for the young people of Nigeria, as we interrogated with one of the mobilizers of that party, Honorable Usman Waziri, who was with us in our Abuja studio. And that's the size of our program for tonight. Do have for yourself a wonderful night ahead of you. Bye for now.